Is Scream Factory finally going out of business? Did they just declare bankruptcy? Or is there something more sinister going on here? Well, let's get into it. In today's physical media news topic video, we talk about the big giant rumor that Scream Factory is going out of business. We definitely have some evidence out there that we have to analyze and break down in more detail for you guys that a lot of people are missing. Then, of course, we talk about a rant where we rant on why it's good time Scream Factory is gone because they've been slacking the last few years and actually other boutique labels can do a better job and pick up their titles. And then, of course, we talk about the future of collecting. As Cream Factory stays around, what are they going to do next? And how is this going to hurt the other boutique labels and collectors out there in general? But first, you love collecting physical media just like me, whether it's Scream Factory, Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Kino, Lorber, Criterion, you just love collecting physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, you are in the right spot, my Meg collecting friend. Go ahead and scream up that like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another physical media news entertainment topic breakdown video. Of course, leave in the comments below, do you like what Scream Factory has been doing lately? What are your favorite titles from them? Do you think they're actually going out of business or do you want them to stay around a long time? But let's get into this. So, stabbing into the news here, we got to talk about the rumors surrounding Scream Factory going out of business. Well, why did these rumors actually start? We saw that they were getting rid of their loyalty program or changing it all entirely, and that really scared some people. And then we saw a lot of their titles go on sale. Oh my gosh, if their sale's still going on right now, I highly recommend checking it out because I got some banger titles for really cheap prices. I was getting 4Ks for under $10, and that was pretty darn exciting. I was even getting still books pretty cheap, some combo packs pretty cheap. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Is this like the best Shocktober sale Scream Factory's ever done? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is truly they actually decided to do a good sale in October finally, right? But there's a whole bunch of rumors because of those massive sale discounts, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think they had a big announcement about it. I don't think people were really notified. It just kind of happened, and then people were shocked when they saw this stuff going on sale off of Amazon. Of course, their Screen Factory website, and it just seemed really odd. So why would they do this? Well, if you're doing a fire sale, that means you're usually going out of business, or you're declaring bankruptcy in some way, or you're just trying to get rid of those titles, get a little bit of cash while you can, and then you are gonzo, right? I mean, it totally makes sense why people would think they are going out of business. But then we saw some article pop up from the Wrap saying, oh, they are not going out of business. And I thought that was weird too. I'm like, let me read into this, the Wrap article about Scream Factory sticking around. And really, it doesn't give you much information at all. It just says they're not going out of business. It doesn't give you any details to the madness of why so many things went on sale. And it was very vague in general. I'll link the article in the description below if you guys can give me some more insights on what it all means. But it seemed very vague. I don't know if somebody from Screen Factory called them up and was like, oh my gosh, we got to put an end to this. Go ahead and let these collectors know we're not going out of business. But we can't tell you why we're doing what we're doing exactly. Maybe it's a surprise. It just seems all very peculiar here, very strange. And so I still think something big is happening to them. I don't know if they're getting absorbed by another boutique label. I mean, could you imagine that? What if Arrow picked up like all of their titles? That would be really weird, right? What if these boutique labels did start merging in some way, right? I mean, the name of the game in the business world these days are these big acquisitions. Well, what if that happened? What if these boutique labels, some of them combined forces to get more of the market share? And this, like I said, a boutique civil war has been raging, guys, and a lot of people don't recognize it, but it has been happening with the competition of titles going back and forth to these different labels, each of these labels trying to one up the other one. I mean, it's been absolutely insanity out there for collecting, and that was kind of cool because collectors benefit with the competition, and we're getting some awesome releases for sure. So yeah, very peculiar. I still think there's something really weird going on here. I can only take some educated guesses right now. I do think something big is happening with them, or maybe they're just having a good sale. Like I said, maybe they finally got wise and was like, oh my gosh, the Criterion sale is always hyped. There's always good Kino Lorber sales. Arrow does good sales. Maybe we finally do a good Scream Factory sale again. And maybe that's what it is. A little surprise, a little spooky surprise for October. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they finally got wise to that. But I still think something's going on with them. I think they could possibly be acquired by another label, or maybe they are actually going out of business, or maybe we'll see them declare bankruptcy and they'll have to refinance and move some things around and restructure, or maybe it is a bankruptcy where they're calling it quits, right? It just depends. But yeah, I think some shenanigans are happening with Scream Factory for sure, because you don't just put these 4Ks for under $10 for no darn reason. I mean, there is I mean, I get a sale, but this looks more than a sale. Imagine Criterion titles going for $10. Like, right? Go Arrow titles going for $10. 4Ks, right? Kino Lorber 4Ks going for 10. That just never happens usually, right? It's just odd. It's very odd, Scream Factory. And you didn't like your loyalty program anymore, so you're just changing it out of the blue. Very weird Scream Factory. But let's get into a massive rant next on why actually I'm kind of happy if you get out of here, Scream Factory, because you've been sucking the last few years and I'm about to rip you a new one. So let's get into it. So time for a massive rant! Yes, we have to rant hardcore right now on the Scream Factory label, because let's be for real, in terms of boutique label competition, this boutique label civil war, they kind of been sucking lately. Oh my gosh. It all started back with the outgassing issues and quality control problems and people getting discs that just weren't working properly. And then they just got lazy on title releases. I mean, they just were upgrading all their Blu-rays to 4Ks. Like, okay, can't you get some new titles acquired, some new licenses, Mr. Scream Factory? I guess you can't, because it's the same thing over and over again. And then they were like, oh, that's not good enough for them. They need to milk you for every dollar because they're struggling. So they're going to give you a regular standard 4K Slippy, and then they're going to have the Steelbook come out a month or two later, right? I mean, they really wanted to get every last dollar out of the collector right there, just milking you for everything you got. And still, that has not been good enough. That's what I'm saying. They've been trying all these little quick schemes, and it is still not working out for them, right? I mean, we've seen the sign, guys. We've seen the red flags. We've seen this. It has been foreshadowed for us. And yeah, now it's good time, good riddance to the Scream Factory. But even though I do have a lot of Scream Factory titles, I like a lot of their movies. I'm going to be straight up. I love horror movies and their sci-fi and fantasy stuff, but they just never did a banging job. They did a solid job sometimes, but never like where you got an Arrow title and you were really blown away by the 4K transfer, or the packaging or the special features. Scream Factory has just been okay, kind of mid, kind of the last few years. Like, it's cool because they got great mainstream horror titles, but other than that, I'd rather, Arrow have those titles and give us better treatments, or even Second Sight gets a jump in there, right? Yeah, Imprint maybe. I mean, come on. Let's have these titles go to a boutique label that's going to treat them with more respect. Hey, heck, why not Criterion do some of those great classic horror movies? Give them the prestige feel, right? I think that's the way to go. I think there's too many players in the boutique label market right now. I mean, there's a lot of them, and there's more that are up and coming. I mean, I love the competition, of course, if they're all going to be producing great stuff. But Scream Factory is just going to hold on to these licenses and not give us better stuff. They're just going to rinse and repeat every single time. Then maybe it's time for them to go. Maybe bye Scream Factory forever. Time to see you. So long. You had a good run. You gave us some scares while you could, but now Scream Factory, you just been slacking too much lately, and now it's time for Arrow to be king, right? Arrow's the king now, and Criterion. I like both. I like Arrow. I like Criterion. I think for the value, I gotta go Arrow's number one for what you get and their prices and the quality there, and just the variety of genres they cover. I think Arrow's number one. Criterion's great as well. Heck, even Kino Lorber, I've been liking what they're doing with putting comedies to 4K. They've been trying some innovative stuff too, right? But Scream Factory, what have they done innovative in the last few years? What have they done that has been really exciting to the collectors? Can anybody tell me out there in the comments what have you really loved about Scream Factory in the past few years? No, you can't. Maybe you can. Let me know in the comments. But I think they've been pretty mediocre, even though I do consistently collect through them because I do like their movies overall. You know, I got to get the faculty on 4K, so I got to get it from Scream Factory, right? But other than that, Scream Factory, happy to see you. Go away if you do, because then another boutique label can start treating these titles with some better respect, some better prestige, and give us really what we want as a collecting community. So Scream Factory, boom, boom, bye-bye, get out of here, ba-ba-ba. So now it's time to talk about the future of Scream Factory and collecting. If Scream Factory is out the door, what are we going to see? Like I said, a boutique label is going to reign supreme. And if Arrow gets those titles, we're going to see some really great 4K. Imagine all those Scream Factory 4Ks they did a terrible job on. And now we get to see the Arrow treatment, right? That's what we're hoping for. But if that doesn't happen and Scream Factory sticks around, okay, let's play that scenario. Scream Factory's around. Well, what are they doing? Well, their loyalty program sucked because I don't think I even signed up for their loyalty program because it's pretty darn awful, right? It was complicated, confusing. Why am I going to go through you Scream Factory site when I can get the same stuff off of Amazon, better customer service, faster shipping? I was rarely going through the Scream Factory site anyway. So are they going to give us a better loyalty program where it's like, hey, it's $5 on every title, right? You get back some really actually good rewards, right? Maybe they're doing something like that, revamping their loyalty program in that way. I could see that. Or maybe they're just getting a whole bunch of new licenses in and they're gonna have new titles come out, so they gotta get rid of the back stock, or maybe that stuff wasn't selling a lot of those 4Ks, but they were pretty darn expensive, especially during their sale times before. Like a lot of these movies I wasn't considering until they went on sale, like the Addams Family, little animated movies 1 and 2. I think it was like 40 something bucks. I'm like, heck, I'm not gonna buy that for 40 something bucks. But now when I got it cheap under like $18 in their sale, then yeah, it was a fair deal. So maybe that's what they're doing. They're gonna get rid of all that old stuff and they're bringing in new stuff. And maybe they're actually gonna price accordingly now and give us some better deals, some better sale times. Could you imagine if they had those amazing sale times like Criterion does, where you could really make them hyped up events? I mean, that would be incredible. And really, I mean, they should have October, right? Like that should be Scream Factory $10 4K deals, like something cool. Like if you could do that, I think they're testing the market a little bit with these cheap 4Ks, seeing how well they sell. They're like, oh my gosh, so many customers are now buying these titles that weren't before. Well, if we could make more of these and sell more of them, maybe we can charge a lower price on the 4K stuff. Wow, that would be incredible because then as a collecting community, we would get tons of savings in the future and then we would actually appreciate Scream Factory, right? Yeah, come on. And if Scream Factory gets their quality control issues under control, they start getting some better customer service where they actually freaking answer you when you contact them. I think we could have something special here from Scream Factory. So maybe Scream Factory is just revitalizing themselves. They kind of looked at themselves in the mirror and they said, wow, we really have been losing some customers the past few years. Nobody talks about us as, one of the top boutique labels of all time. I mean, heck, they didn't even win my boutique label tournament, right? They came in second place and Second Sight destroyed them. And why? They had the titles, they had tons of movies, but the quality was not there for Scream Factory. And I think they really saw that and looked inside and said, you know what, we got to do better as a boutique label. We got to improve for the collecting customers. So I think Scream Factory is going to come back better than ever, maybe, if they aren't selling out, if they're not declaring bankruptcy, if they're not doing all that. Maybe they come back better than ever with new titles, better prices, better customer loyalty program, better customer service, just better quality all around. and really make a stamp into the physical media collecting industry for the next decade to come. I think that's a possibility. You guys got to let me know, though, in the comments below. Do you want Scream Factory sticking around? Do you think they can improve and do better? What do you want to actually see from them to get them to compete with the top labels out there? Let's hear that in the comments below. Let's respond to each other. Hit the likes on all the comments. Hit the like on this video if you haven't already. Turn on that subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you stay entertained and informed in the world of physical media. Of course, hype up this video. Hype it up. Let's get this information on the leaderboards so we can grow this physical media collecting horror community and keep it going strong. And then, of course, have a great day watching and talking your movies, my friends. Another easy way to support the channel. If you love this topic, go ahead and mega smash and watch another video all the way through right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.